Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to cover basic nutrition. Now when everybody starts, everybody comes in and has a consultation with me or one of the coaches at Maximum Performance. So what I want to see right away when we get your nutrition started is I want to see what you've been doing. I want to see what's good, I want to see what's bad, I want to see what we need to change so that way we can work on building a consistent nutritional habit for you. So this here is the sheet that we'll give you or we'll talk about right when you first sign up at the initial consultation. The first thing I want to go over to help you create that habit is going to be eating consistently. Once you're eating consistently, then we can go back in and tweak things a lot easier. If I tell you to eat 6 times tomorrow and you only ate twice the rest of the month, you're going to look at me a little funny. And it's going to be a lot harder. So tomorrow we'd work on eating 3 times. A couple days, then we'd work on eating 4 times. So we're going to build a slow, gradual, consistent habit to help you accomplish your goals. So like I said, I want to see you eat as consistently as possible. So you've got your first meal, second meal, third meal, fourth, fifth, and sixth. We're not going to say breakfast, lunch, and dinner anymore because your body wants consistent nutrition. It doesn't want a lot of nutrition in the morning and then a little nutrition, and a lot of nutrition for lunch and then a little nutrition for a snack, and then a lot of nutrition for dinner and then not eat again. Your body's like a machine. It wants to run. So we have to consistently put fuel in it. And that's really all food is fuel. So you've got your first meal, typically breakfast. I'd like to see you get that in within about a half hour of waking up. That's going to be really important because you haven't ate anything or you haven't put any fuel in your body for the 6 to 8 hours while you've been sleeping. So you want to get something in right away to jumpstart your metabolism to get you back on track. So once we do that, we'll start at the top, we'll work our way down. And then after we track it for a couple days using MyFitnessPal, we can go back in and then together we can start making changes. See what's good and what we need to work on. Give you some basic numbers, some basic guidelines. Most people with a general weight loss goal, I like to start you at about 1,250 calories. Now, 1,250 calories may or may not seem like a lot, but if we're doing 1,250 calories for the whole day, that's actually going to be pretty hard to get to when you're eating clean. You could go to Chili's and get that in a salad really easy. But you could also go to Chili's and get 4 ounces of chicken, some vegetables, some broccoli, and probably get you around 250 calories per meal. So if you get 250 calories a meal 5 times a day, you're going to get to that 1,250 calories. And when you're eating that consistent, you're not going to be hungry. You're not going to be having as many cravings because you're just going to be consistently fueled. And when you're eating the good, clean food that your body wants, it's going to make it that much easier to make it through the day because your body's actually going to use that. Instead of going to McDonald's, getting an extra value meal, you'll be stuffed till you have fries coming still out of your mouth. But after an hour, your body's not going to use that, so you're going to be hungry again. When you get to eating clean, meat, vegetables, non-starchy carbs, that's what your body's going to absorb to make it so that you're fuller longer. So right now, it doesn't really matter in the beginning whether you eat it, drink it, chew it, or inject it. As long as the nutrition gets into your body 4 to 6 times a day, chances are your body's going to be a lot happier than what it's been. So each meal, I'd like to see less than 10 grams of fat when you add it all up, lower sugar the better, under 20 carbs, and 15 or more grams of protein. Now that's for every meal, not the whole day. So you're going to do that times 4 to 6 meals a day. Sugar is going to be the hardest part to get rid of. Our body doesn't want it, our belly doesn't want it, and it's not going to help the way your clothes fit or the way you feel. So let's try and get rid of as much of the sugar as possible, especially the artificial stuff. Then most people have way too many carbs and way not enough protein. Carbs are quick, cheap, and easy. They come in a bag, they come in a box. They'll sit on the shelf for months. And if you don't eat it, it'll be there the next day. But that's not good. That's not what we want. We want the clean, fresh food. So to get your amount of protein, to get your 15 or more grams of protein, hopefully close to about 75% of your body weight in grams of protein every day, you're really going to have to put some work into it. You're going to have to prepare, because chances are when you go home right now, there's not a lot of lean sources of protein already made in your fridge. Chances are you don't have a lot of chicken already cooked. There's a pretty good chance you have some chicken frozen in the freezer, but when you get home today, that's frozen. You're not going to be able to cook it. So we want to make sure that you've got something, because if you've had a long day, you're running around chasing the kids, you came, you trained, you go home, you're tired, you want to get ready for bed, and there's no source of protein there, guess what you're going to go back to? Quick, cheap, and easy, you're going to go back to the carbs. But remember, carbs are good. You got to have some carbs. You just don't want to have too many at one time. Stay around that 20 grams per serving, and you don't want to have them too late at night. So I try and cut them out a good 5 hours before you go to bed. So that could be your last meal, hopefully your last 2 meals when you're doing 5 or 6 of them. Because once you get slowing down at the end of the day, you're taking care of the kids, getting ready for bed, unwinding, hopefully preparing your food for the day before. You're not going to be out running around burning calories, burning all those carbs off like you would if you was the first half of the day. So what I want to see is get your 20 grams of carbs through about the first 3 or 4 meals, maybe a little more depending on your day, and it kind of factors into what time of day you're training also. But we'll get into the more specifics like that once we dive into this after we get you tracking. So just cut it out for the last meal or 2. But you still got to eat. Meat and vegetables is great anytime. You want to have that later in the day. You can have that right before bed. The more protein you're going to have, the better. So on the back of this sheet is some stuff that I'd like to see you eat. Now, this isn't the only thing you can eat, but if you eat this stuff, you're going to look and feel great. And you've got some options here. You've got some variety. So you're going to hear me talk about chicken a lot. I eat a lot of chicken, but when I say chicken, you can relate that to fish or turkey, whatever kind of meat you want. The white stuff is going to be leaner. So even a sirloin or a 90% hamburger is okay to do every once in a while in a 3 to 4 ounce serving, but it's going to have 2 to 3 times as many calories as chicken. It's got a lot more fat, so it's going to have a lot more calories. So that's not something you want to do every day. But when you're going through the day, like I said, you've got some choices. Any kind of white meat. Lots of different types of fish, ground turkey, chicken. You got a ton of choices, and you can cook that a lot of different ways. So anything over here on the side under the protein category is what you want to get first in your meal. Make sure that you have some source of protein, 15 or more grams of protein, every time you put fuel in your body. Because that's what your body wants. That's what your body needs to recover to get that lean, toned look that everybody's looking for. So get about 3 or 4 ounces of protein. You're going to get probably 6 grams of protein per ounce. So if you have a 4-ounce chicken breast, you're going to get right around 24, 25 grams of protein, give or take 1 or 2. Next category we got here is carbs. Try and stick to the non-starchy stuff. You know, the white stuff is gonna not digest as good in your body as the alternative. So brown rice is gonna digest better than white rice. Sweet potatoes are gonna be better than white potatoes. And same thing with wheat bread. Is gonna digest better than white bread. But you still wanna stay around that 20 grams per meal or per serving. So to kind of put that into perspective for you, when you go to Subway and you get a 6-inch sandwich, and nobody gets a 6-inch, everybody gets the foot long. But if you got the 6-inch and you get a wheat bread, white bread, or a flat bread, they all have 50 carbs in it. 50 carbs means I'm probably gaining weight that meal. So you're left with about 2.5 inches of that sandwich. Now, that doesn't mean don't go to Subway, because you can get the same meat with the same toppings, put it on lettuce, get a salad instead of the bread. You made the best choice in a bad situation. And it's not even that bad of a situation, because you got to go out to eat, you got to be social, you got to live your life, and you have to make this something you can stick with. But as long as you're prepared for the day and you know that you're going out to dinner, or you know you're going out to eat with somebody, structure that in your day so that you eat a little ahead of time so you're not starving when you get there. Eat a good portion, a normal sized portion that we want to see you eat. That way you're not overeating, you're not starving when you get there, so you don't have to eat the appetizers and mow down on everything, because it's just normal. It's just your every 3 or 4 hours that you're eating. Then the last category here is veggies. want to try and get as many green vegetables as possible. Now, I had somebody ask me if corn was a green vegetable. It's yellow, but it doesn't digest the same. It doesn't break down the same in your body, and you don't get the same nutrition from it. So what I want to see is about a cup of green vegetables every meal. Now, vegetables aren't going to necessarily make you gain weight or lose weight, but what it's going to do is it's going to keep you fuller longer, and it's going to keep your body running better. So between the protein and the vegetables, if you fill up on that first, then eat a little bit of the carbs after, you're going to be fuller longer. You're not going to get as many cravings. You're not going to be as hungry. Another tip you can do, drink a bottle of water with every meal. So I'll take a bite, put my fork down, and then take a drink. That's going to make you, same thing, get fuller longer, keep you satisfied longer, but then I'll also get another bottle of water and drink that in between every meal. It's the same thing, keep me fuller longer, keep me satisfied so I don't have the cravings looking for all the bad sugar food that I shouldn't eat. And then over here on the side are some different options, some different fillers, some different sauces that you can put in there. When you're cooking your protein, when you're going through prepping all your food, most kind of powdered seasonings are great. Mrs. Dash has hundreds of different types. Get it all. Try a different one every time, and that's going to give you that variety that you're probably going to need right away to make this a habit. Just try and stay away from the sugary sauces. And everything you eat, everything you put in your body, take it, flip it over, read the label, look at what's in it. Because you could go to the store and there could be a ranch dressing here, and there could be one here. The first one might have 30 grams of sugar. This one might only have 1 per serving. Similar stuff, totally different for your body, and it's going to be totally different for your goals too. But make sure if you're adding these other things, whether it's a Quest bar or some kind of sauce, don't stack that on top of your meal calories. You got to add that in. So you still want to try and get to that same 1250. Don't go over. Because if you go over 200 calories, if you take in 200 more calories than you burn that day, you're going to gain a little weight. But let's say you do that every day. You do that 7 days a week. That's 1,400 calories. You do that for 2 weeks in a row. That's 2,800 calories. I know it takes about 3,500 calories to gain or lose a pound of fat. So if you do 1,400 calories a week over just by eating that extra 200 calories, which could be a Quest bar or maybe 3 or 4 ounces of chicken, then what's going to happen at the end of the month is you're going to have about 1.5 pounds of extra weight on your body that we don't want. So what we want to do is we want to try and reverse that. So make sure that you've got all your fillers and all your extras and all your meals figured into that 1,250 calories, because that's what's going to get you there. And to make sure that you're getting there, what we want to do is we want to track it. So I want you to download MyFitnessPal. It's an app on your phone. Most people have it or something like it. But even if you have it, most people probably don't use it consistently or the way I want you to. And if nobody's looking at it, why would you? So for me to go in there, for me to set this up custom for you, for me to change all the macros, to change all the numbers, to change the way it looks. So it looks more like this, so I can see the first meal, second meal, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth meal, and then what time we're doing it. I want you to send me an email to maxpnutrition@gmail.com with your login and your password. If you don't have an account, make your password really simple. If you don't remember your password, probably because you haven't logged in a while, make a new password, but make it real simple. Just make it CAT. Don't make it capital X, 4QZ24. It gets really hard to type in after a while. And it's only food. No big deal. Nobody cares. But the more people you can have looking at it, the more it's going to hold you accountable. So don't be scared to let anybody see that. So once we get that set up, then we can go through. We're going to get about 2 days worth, track your food, then send me a message, give me a call so we can get together and we can go over it and make some changes. So we can talk about what's good, what's bad, what we're going to work on first. And we're not going to change everything all at the same time. We're going to start at the top, work on that for a few days, see what else is bad. Okay, let's change this. Then we'll work on that for a few days. So hopefully by the end of the week, 2 weeks or a month, however long it takes, because this isn't easy, we'll slowly start to build a consistent habit so that this is something that you can stick with for the rest of your life. Not only just for you, but so that you can lead by example and show your family why you're doing this and hopefully get them on the same type of food. So like I said, let's get your MyFitnessPal set up so we can get this tracking, and we'll have a pretty good idea what we need to do. Other than that, if you need anything at any time, send me a message, give me a call, get a hold of me anytime you need to, especially about this nutrition stuff. Don't try and do this on your own. You've tried that before, it didn't work. That's why you're listening to this. That's why you come to MaxP, so that we can help you recreate these habits. It's not only about diet and exercise. To change this, to make this a habit, we might have to change 4 or 5 things. It might be the way you drive home from work every day. If you drive by Starbucks, you get a 400-calorie coffee or mocha, maybe we start driving this way. If you're hanging out with people who are going to the bar or going out to eat, maybe you want to be busy during those times from now on. If you find yourself at night eating something you shouldn't because you're sitting on the couch watching TV, what else can we plan in that hour, in that time slot, to change that habit? It could be maybe even just sit on a different side of the couch. There's a lot of things we can work on, but if we don't know about it, we can't work on it. So make sure you stay in touch. Like I said, send me a message, get a hold of me anytime you need to, and let me know what I can do to help. Right now at MaxP, we've got the first 21 days of our unlimited group training for only $99. That's going to get you 21 days of unlimited training, unlimited nutritional guidance, and everything that we can do to help you accomplish your goals and get to where you want to be. And we also have a brand new program at MaxP. Right now it's in the beta phases. We're just launching it, just getting it kicked off. It's called 42 to 20. I'm so confident in what we do that I know that you'll accomplish your goals. So when you, in 6 weeks, reach your goal and lose 20 pounds, the whole program is absolutely free. No cost for all the training, no cost for all the nutrition. All you got to do is come, follow the system, lose 20 pounds, and it's no cost for the whole 6 weeks. To get more information on that, or to sign up for that, is go to 42, the letters TO20.com, and check it out. Again, let me know if there's anything I can do to help.